So, I guess in the span of 21 days, I started and finished the second season of Dandadan. And I would say that the quality in all aspects from the first season carried onward into the second. This season felt slightly less wacky and out there in comparison to the first, but I imagine that's more due to the fact that the majority of the season is centered around Gigi and dealing with his evil eye situation. With Gigi being a part of the main cast and all, of course we're going to get more personal stakes that involve the interpersonal connections between the cast, and with the focus on that, means a little less room for the utter chaos that was the first season. But emphasis on little, because there's still plenty of havoc and mayhem to occur within the second season. It's just that more often than not, it's chaos with purpose. Although, as we went away from the Gigi Evil Eye situation, the season was starting to return to its previous randomness that so enthralled me to start watching Dandadan. Now thinking about it, at least to me, no one episode stood out to me in particular. Not the way episode 7 from the first season did. Then again, it's pretty difficult to have such a standout episode like that in general. I suppose when the Hayashi band played in the 6th episode, that stood out. But that stood out for arguably the total opposite emotional profound reason that the 7th episode in the first season did. The 6th episode's standing ovation of a moment was when the band began to play. The excitement, the intensity, the passion amongst the characters, whether it be from the band itself or from the desperate pleas from Momo and Gigi respectively in regards to the evil eye. But I don't know. The 6th episode just didn't hit me as hard as the first season's 7th. Overall, nice to see some growth from Okarun and Momo. Okarun, from what I can recall and tell, seemed to have grown the most. Though, that isn't hard. Especially when I would say that the majority of the cast, at least to me, didn't change too much. Not quite static characters, but Momo, Shiatori, and Gigi possess their own level of confidence that Okarun lacks. So him gaining any semblance of that means he'll have the most growth amongst the main cast. Also, another cliffhanger? God damn it. Seriously? Anyways, rating this season, I thought about an 8, but I think I'm giving it an 8.2 out of 10. Same as the second season of JJK. I would say I enjoyed both equally, but I don't know. Something is missing from the second season of Dandadan to make me give it an equal rating to the first season. Another thing I finished recently was a game I've been meaning to play for a while now. Ori and the Blind Forest. I would say that I enjoyed the time I had with the game and will probably replay the story for footage sake in the future. I won't say that the story was some weighty philosophical masterpiece. It's not that. The story was good and simple. No need to overcomplicate what is ultimately a Metroidvania game. Simplicity is the key to brilliance after all. It's the gameplay where I found my delight. Just exploring the vast world, solving puzzles, and fighting enemies every now and then. It's just great. I think just exploring all the different landscapes and trying to find all the hidden places is where I got the most satisfaction from. To me, a good game designer will build a world so that it's enjoyable to traverse and explore, that while you have the option to teleport or warp to save locations, it feels like you're missing out doing so. I will say, not gonna deny it, did get stuck at 2 points in the game. One was maybe 3/4 way through the story, and the other was pretty close to the end. I just decided to look up how to get past it, but only because both instances I was under time obligations and had other things to do outside the game. Yeah, I'm not a gamer, don't care for your taunts, future me, or whatever you have to say to the current me. or I guess for you, the past me. I think this is the first time I'm giving a rating to a game? Think so. Anyways, I'll say 7.8 out of 10. I'd give Dust an Elysian Tale a 7.5, and I enjoyed Ori more than Dust, but not significantly more. Not enough for an 8. Lastly, I bought a basketball last week, and this week I've made my return to hooping after a long time. Had 2 sessions, an hour and a half for the first, and basically 2 hours for the second. I'm pretty sure the last time I hooped, I was still in school. Back when I hooped often-ish, I was a decent 3-point shooter and a good passer. Terrible handles, mediocre mid-range, and a pathetic layup package. Couldn't and can't dunk still. As of now, since the 2 sessions, I've lost my 3-point shot, and I have no idea if I'm a good passer since I hoop on my own. Handles the same, but surprisingly, my mid-range game might be slightly better than it was before, and the layup package is middling instead of pathetic, which I'll take that. But above it all, the strangest change since then is my shooting form. I went from being right-handed to left-handed. It just feels comfier using my left now instead of my right. So maybe I still have my 3-point shot? Probably not, since I did shoot with both hands, but it was only 2 sessions though. Maybe I'm coping. Probably. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Finding time for everything isn't exactly easy, but it's nice to hoop again like the old days. Last things of note, we'll take a week break from anime like I normally do in between shows. After that, probably we'll watch the 2nd season of Call of the Night, so I have high expectations for that. Weight is now hovering around 141 to 144 pounds. Currently, I'm 142, trying to get to 134 or at least 135, and oh god, it's getting levels of difficulty with losing weight where options are becoming more limited. We'll need to figure stuff out. Also, need to figure out what's the next game I'm gonna play. All I've got are a lot of long playtime games and Dark Soul type games. Need to figure out sooner rather than later. Also, Illustrated Ui-sensei and Subaru-san need to do finishing touches on those when time allows. Then I will go ahead and illustrate Noel-san and Sui-san. Anyways, gonna use the bathroom, brush teeth, and sleep soon since I have to clock in for work in a little over 6 hours. Sleep now, all while Subaru-san plays Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Matane! This journal entry was written on September 27th, 8 p.m. お前の持つ力は借り物の力だからな。こいつはやはり。よし。さらばだ。ダイナミック。さらばだ。母様、来るな。てめえを倒して。この戦争を終わらせる。移住惑星螺旋手裏剣。まだまだこのまま一気に畳みかけてやる。